This presentation is designed to help you, a CASB mentor, support students currently enrolled in CASB's Module 5. It covers mentoring issues specific to Module 5. For a general mentoring framework that can be applied to all CASB modules, you can refer to the Framework for CASB Mentors presentation in the Mentor Center. By the end of this session, you will know which topics are covered in Module 5, be able to identify student challenges that are unique to Module 5. Please note that general challenges common to all modules are covered in the Framework for CASB Mentor session. Understand what you can do to support your Module 5 students. Differentiate between mentoring practices that work best in smaller training offices and those that are more suitable to larger training offices. Know what resources are available to assist you. Know how to access the CASB Mentor Center, and know how to register for the mentor modules. We'll start with an overview of Module 5. The Module 5 face-to-face interactive session takes place around the 5th week of the 8-week module. The withdrawal deadline is usually toward the midpoint of the module. In Week 7 of the module, tasks end. We do not assign additional tasks to students in Week 8 as we'd like students to use this time to prepare for the module end evaluation, which takes place in Week 9. Module results are released subsequently, after which students have a brief period to appeal their results. For specific dates, please refer to the schedule of key dates in the Mentor Center. As in the first 4 modules, Module 5 carries on with the Vision Windows Limited simulation. In Module 5, students play 2 primary roles. Students take on the role of associate at Parkhurst & Lowen Chartered Accountants, or P&L, and also take on the role of assistant controller at Vision. As an associate at P&L, students are required to interact with both the audit firm supervisors and the client. Students address a variety of issues for the consideration of other P&L staff, Vision's management, and other parties related to Vision. As assistant controller at Vision Windows, students are primarily focused on achieving the company's strategic objectives. Students address a number of issues for the consideration of the controller, senior management, and the board of directors. The company's managers have in-depth knowledge of company operations, but are not as familiar with accounting regulations and terminology. As assistant controller, students must communicate using less technical accounting language. Module 5 covers a number of topics, but does have a few key areas of focus, including related parties, IT controls, tax planning, operating segment requirements, financial instruments, review of an audit file, pensions, going public, IFRS, and UFI prep questions. The Module 5 storyboard provides more detailed information about what is covered in Module 5 on a week-by-week basis. Note that no additional tasks are assigned to students in Week 8, as we encourage students to use that time to prepare for the module end evaluation. We won't cover the storyboard in detail, but you can find it in the Module 5 student overview in the Mentor Center. The Practical Application Checklist, or PAC, provides an alternate view of what students do in Module 5. The PAC outlines specific workplace tasks by competency area that students are able to perform upon completion of Module 5. The competency areas loosely resemble workplace departments in which students may be employed. As a CASB mentor, you are in the unique position of being able to reinforce CASB learning in the workplace. You can use the PAC to enable the transfer of learning across education and workplace contexts. The Module 5 PAC is available in the Mentor Center. Next, we'll identify student challenges that are unique to Module 5. General challenges common to all modules are covered in the Framework for CASB Mentor session. Module 5 students encounter various technical challenges. They also may struggle with attempting UFI simulations. It's difficult to generalize the technical areas in which students struggle. Different students encounter different technical challenges. We've identified the key areas of focus for Module 5 earlier in this session, and the module storyboard provides more details about specific tasks students are required to perform in Module 5. Students may struggle in any of these areas. The best way for you to identify where your students are struggling is to have a discussion with them. Module 5 does cover more complex technical topic areas. Students struggle with performing various types of complex quantitative analyses and understanding their implications for decision-making. And some students struggle with certain managerial accounting concepts such as fixed versus variable costs, contribution margin, and capacity constraints. Module 5 covers so many technical areas, and students can struggle in any of them. We've simply provided a couple of examples here. Beginning in Week 1, students will have extensive exposure to UP Prep questions throughout Module 5. The UP presents many diverse scenarios that test students' ability to identify user needs and respond to those needs within a limited amount of time. While the prep questions included in Module 5 provide students with examples of questions that reflect the nature and difficulty of actual UP questions and are designed to build their confidence, students may struggle as this is the first time they are attempting such complex and integrated simulations. Now, we'll discuss what you as mentors can do to support your Module 5 students. General mentoring tips applicable to all modules are covered in the Framework for CASB Mentor session. You can assist your Module 5 students by coaching them for their specific technical weaknesses and by facilitating the development of case writing skills. For each week of Module 5, CASB identifies resources and readings that are useful to students as they complete their tasks. The list is available in the Module 5 Student Overview document in the Mentor Center. When coaching your students through their technical weaknesses, you may wish to use any of these CASB-identified technical resources. Please note that some of these resources are in the Virtual Professional Library, which is only available to CASB students. You can still refer your students to these resources or review them together. Additionally, when coaching your students through their technical weaknesses, you can refer to any of the resources in the Technical Resource Center, which is located in CASB Mentor Module 5. The Technical Resource Center contains a number of CASB guides, specific technical guides arranged by competency area, and links to relevant external information. Your office might also have internal resources that can assist you in coaching your students through their technical weaknesses, whether they be technical guides or subject matter experts. To assist your students with performing quantitative analysis and understanding its implications for decision-making, you can refer to the Quantitative Analysis for Financial Decisions Guide. This guide comes in two parts. The first provides details on different kinds of ratio and cash flow analysis for financial decision-making and provides 4 examples. The second provides corresponding quantitative examples in a PDF spreadsheet. These guides are available in CASB Mentor Module 5. To assist your students with various managerial accounting concepts, refer to the Management Decision-Making Guide. The guide is available in CASB Mentor Module 5. For Module 5 students, the UFI is imminent. As we've mentioned earlier in this session, CASB starts to introduce students to UFI-type questions during Module 5. Additionally, similar to UFI simulations, many of the weekly tasks in Module 5 are more integrative, complex, and less directed. So, an effective case writing approach is critical to success in Module 5 and the UFI. To assist your students with the development of case writing skills, you can refer to the Approaching a Simulation Guide. This guide is available in CASB Mentor Module 5. The Approaching a Simulation presentation in the Mentor Center offers specific guidance on case writing. You may also want to refer to it. In the last few pages of the Approaching a Simulation Guide, we also provide students with an example of how to outline a simulation. Again, you can find this guide in the CASB Mentor Module 5. We have also created 2 planning tutorials to assist students. You can find these resources in the UFI Prep Mentor module, a module that's different from the CASB Mentor modules and requires separate registration. Finally, we also have a guide to debriefing a simulation. You can find this guide in CASB Mentor Module 5. Next, we'll identify which mentoring practices work best in smaller training offices and which are more suitable to larger training offices. If you are a mentor at a smaller office with fewer students and leaner resources, the buddy system will likely be your primary approach to supporting Module 5 students. As a buddy, you can meet with your students to address their specific challenges and apply some of the tips we provided earlier in this session. If you are a mentor at a larger office with more students and greater resources, you might choose to implement any combination of the buddy system, various technical sessions, a case writing skills session, or an appointed Module 5 champion. Of course, none of these practices are required, though we encourage you to select the activities that work best in your environment. Refer to the CA Training Office Mentoring Practices session in the Mentor Center for further details on each of these practices. You might also want to refer to the Framework for CASB Mentor session in the Mentor Center for tips that can be applied to all 5 initial CASB modules. Finally, since case writing is so important in Module 5, you may want to refer to the Approaching a Simulation session in the Mentor Center for additional guidance. Now, we'll outline the various resources that are available to assist you as CASB mentors, and we'll also indicate how you can access the CASB Mentor Center. You have 3 sources of valuable mentoring information available to you: the Mentor Center, the CASB Mentor modules, and the UFI Prep Mentor module. Let's take a moment to distinguish the 3 from each other. The Mentor module contains various mentoring resources, including an overview of common mentoring practices at training offices, a general framework for mentoring students through Modules 1 to 5, module-specific mentoring tips, and additional mentoring guidance on specific topics such as case writing and critical thinking. Recordings of any webinars we hold will also be posted to the Mentor Center. The Mentor Center is located on the CASB website and is open to all as we support the mentoring activities you carry out at training offices. We also have 2 different types of mentor modules. The CASB mentor modules contain all the learning materials from Modules 1 through 5. In other words, they provide you with access to the same materials students engage with as they complete the CASB modules. The CASB mentor modules also contain links to relevant Mentor Center resources. The CASB mentor modules are housed in Desire to Learn, CASB's learning management system. Since they contain proprietary information, you must register to gain access to these modules. And finally, the UFI Prep Mentor module contains all the learning materials from CASB's UFI Prep program, as well as links to relevant Mentor Center resources. The UFI Prep Mentor module provides you with access to all of the materials that your students will use to prepare for the UFI. The UFI Prep Mentor module is also housed in Desire to Learn and requires you to register to obtain access. For Module 5 students, the UFI is around the corner. As a Module 5 mentor, you may be interested in gaining access to both types of mentor modules. Finally, we'll show you how to register for the mentor modules. Why register for the CASB mentor modules? Unlike the Mentor Center, the mentor modules contain all learning materials for Modules 1 through 5. Registration enables you to access the same information your students see as they make their way through the CASB modules. Registered mentors also receive advance notice of any mentoring events such as webinars and are informed as new mentoring resources are developed. Who can register? Qualified CAs or CASB students who are more senior to the students they are mentoring can register. HR and student contacts at CA training offices can also register, even if they're not CAs. To register, complete the CASB Mentor registration application in the Forms section of the CASB website. Registration is valid until mid-October of each year, and content is refreshed with each module offering. We will contact you each fall to renew your registration for the coming year. Why register for the UFI Prep Mentor module? Again, unlike the Mentor Center, the UFI Prep Mentor module contains all learning materials from CASB's UFI Prep program. You will have access to the same resources your students will use to prepare for the UFI. Registered mentors also receive advance notice of any UFI mentoring events, such as webinars, and are informed as new UFI mentoring resources are developed. Who can register? Qualified CAs or CASB students who have successfully completed the UFI can register. HR and student contacts at CA training offices can also register, even if they're not CAs. To register, complete the UFI Mentor registration application in the Forms section of the CASB website. Registration is valid until the end of April of each year, and content is refreshed each May. We will contact you each spring to renew your registration for the coming year. If you have any questions regarding CASB mentoring, please contact Laura Gregorick, CASB's Director of CA Training Office Engagement, via email at laura.gregorick@casb.com or via phone at 604-488-2645. As mentors, you play an important role in student development, and CASB values the support you provide to CA students. Thank you for your interest and dedication. This concludes the Module 5 Mentoring Tips session.